Welcome to another edition of Courting Cinderellas on the Field of 68 Media Network. This series is made possible by our partners at Prediction Strike, the only marketplace that allows you to buy and sell shares of your favorite athletes. Hear more at the end of this interview. All right, we're now pleased to be joined by Fort Wayne head coach John Kaufman to give us the scoop on the Horizon League tournament champion Cleveland State Vikings. And I know, John, you played them 5 times this year, so you got a pretty good idea of why they can win a game in the NCAA tournament. Why?
Well, and we played them 3 of our last 4 games coming down the stretch, and had some success in the games. But I'll tell you what, Dennis has done a phenomenal job there and turned the program. I was not in the league last year, but saw how depleted they were and how quickly they turned it, and why they could potentially win a game in the tournament. I mean, they really defend you, and they are extremely tough. They have a mantra of this great energy. It's like a fraternity party on their bench. I mean, I don't know how many guys they got on there, but I mean, it's fun just panning in on the bench to watch them. And that energy helps them to win ugly. I mean, they'll play 12 or 13 guys. In the second game on back-to-back nights at our place, finish the year, they threw in a rarely used player to come in and just jam our exhausted guard. I mean, he does a great job utilizing everybody. And they do a great job of keeping you out of rhythm. I mean, they run a 2-2-1, they run a 1-2-2. They'll come back into a 2-3 zone. They'll come back into man. They go man full. They'll jam you on makes and on misses. I mean, and we play extremely fast and have been a great pass and catch team over the years. One of the games they turned us over 27 times. Wow. And they do a great job of jamming on missed baskets, which, I mean, 22 years, I've never seen somebody do that and do it successfully. They also, they don't have one player to target. And
I was going to ask you that. My next question was who's their best player? Who do we have to watch for?
Well, I mean, I don't know who their best player is, and that's why they're hard. But I would say, having played them 5 times, somebody who just scouts them one time, they're going to look at, Torrey Patton, who's their top scorer, top rebounder. They ISO him a ton. He does a nice job. He's an elite driver. But, I think having played them 5 times and watched them, another 10 or 15 is Trey Gamillion, whose stats are not outlandish, but just he's a winning plays. And they do, some flex hold action late in the game. He's tough around the rim, some baseline out of bounds, go-to type actions where he just out muscles you down there. And he's a great rebounder. I mean, as soon as he gets late shot clock, he's going to start wedging you underneath the rim and does a really good job with that. And then obviously Eichenberger, who hit his 1-3 of the year, as they're 6'9", whatever, 275-pound big man. I don't know if that's a threat other than to us in that triple overtime game, but he got healthy through the year. Did not play in the first time when we played them back in December, but he can score the ball. But what he's really good at is drawing fouls. He's really, really good at drawing fouls. And so kind of those 3, but man, I don't want to negate those other guys. They just have a lot of good players.
Where do they struggle? What's the area of concern, if there is one, with Cleveland State going to the tournament?
Well, they don't shoot it great. Yeah. But as you go into it, and I've always taken pride in, okay, hey, we shoot it really well. I don't want to, I'm not a good enough coach to mask it, and so I got to create space with great shooters. That's the better coach than me, man. He's figured out how to do it because he's got, those 2 guys, they're 2 best players. Trey Gamillion, he's made 3 threes, I think, on the year, at least when we played him 2 weeks ago. And then Torrey Patton's, a mid-20s 3-point shooter. But guys have not figured out, they just take up that space. Now, if you get into the tournament and now they're playing, a Power 5 team that has the size and athleticism as you get into the paint to really change it, like they may not be able to draw the fouls that they do at our level. Yep. And so, I think they only had 1 Power 5 game against Ohio State. So they're not as battle tested against, that level. But at the mid-major plus level, Those guys just figure out a way to take up space. And I mean, in 5 games, we never figured out how to shut those guys down.
There you have it. The scouting report from somebody that's played them 5 times, John Kaufman, Fort Wayne on the Cleveland State Vikings. Has there ever been a rookie that you just knew was going to be a star? How many young players in the NBA and the NFL have there been that you wish you could have invested in? Well, now Prediction Strike makes that wish a reality. Prediction Strike is the only performance-based sports stock market that allows you to buy and sell shares of professional athletes as if they were stocks. Prediction Strike lets fans create portfolios of their favorite athletes so that you can get even closer to the game. Don't just draft your favorite players in fantasy, invest in them. Here's what you have to do. Visit PredictionStrike.com or download their app on the App Store to create an account. Then deposit funds to buy, sell, or hold shares of your favorite players, just like you would do with real stocks. The value of the players will change based on game performance, and you can trade your shares of players at any time as long as the player isn't currently playing in a game. Prediction Strike also just rolled out a brand new feature that allows you to join a league or add friends just to see who the sharps are buying stock in. See who is performing well, who has a better portfolio than you, and whose trades you can follow. So head to PredictionStrike.com now or download the app now. Sign up with the promo code FIELD. Again, that's FIELD, F-I-E-L-D, and you'll receive $10 free with your first deposit of $20 or more. That's the code FIELD again, F-I-E-L-D.